How you doing? This is Ralph's Law, where justice reigns. I just wanted to talk today about something that's very important. You know, I had a situation where like people were asking me questions, and I just wanted to address this little situation. Part of the stuff that we do in this podcast is actually to make good attorneys better. I mean, if it's possible, we can make them perfect, but that's what we're trying to do. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was just as an attorney, being able to coach or just being able to prepare your client to testify, even if it's just a witness, just prepare to be able to prepare the person for testimony, to testify. Right now, I'm working as a criminal defense attorney. I've been a law professor. I've worked as a public defender. I've also worked as a deputy district attorney. So I've had a wide experience when it comes to this stuff, and I sit in court in some days, and I look at what's happening, and I'm like, wow, some people are getting it all wrong. So I wanted to talk today about the big one, the elephant in the room, Fani Willis, yeah. That's the Georgia case. It's supposed to be against Trump. And the lady, the DA that's handling the case, apparently, it just came out that she had some kind of, she had a little situation with one of the prosecutors, Nathan Wade, and, like they had a little something on the side, And the people on the side on Trump's side are saying, hey, the case should be stopped. Everything should be stopped. And I was looking at, there was a case where they had to do the testimony. The judge wanted to say, okay, let's look at the people that are going to testify and let's see what they're talking about. 3 things. Number one, the DA's case, Fani Willis, when she testified, it wasn't good. Not good. I mean, this person is, she's a fantastic prosecutor, but as a witness, she didn't do well. She just didn't do well. Nathan Wade, that's one of the special prosecutors. That's the person that she's been accused of having, like she had some shenanigans with him. When he testified, it wasn't good. Oh, and Nathan Wade actually had his family law attorney in the same case who actually testified. It wasn't good either. And so this is what I'm talking about. 3 people, attorneys, all of them testified, and they were not good. They were not persuasive enough. When it comes to testimony, whether it's a bench trial or a jury trial, it has to ultimately come down to credibility. Can the jury, the jurors, members of the jury believe you? Can the judge believe you? I think it's so funny, like some attorneys, like they get these things mixed up. I didn't teach these things in law school. They don't teach it in presentation of evidence. At the end of the day, it's a fact-finding mission. You have to be believable. You have to be credible. If you're not credible, it doesn't matter whether you're telling the truth or not. The judge, if it's a bench trial, is looking at you and making their determination right there and then while they're looking at you. The jury, the members of the jury, the jurors, are looking at you and they're assessing you, whatever that you're saying. That's part of the whole. It goes into the whole thing that they figure out before they determine whether they can find you liable, guilty, or not. And that's just how it goes. And so some attorneys don't understand this stuff, and they just like, they, I don't know. Sometimes they coach their clients on all that stuff that are a little bit, I would say, irrelevant. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's say that your client is being accused of maybe aggressive behavior, sexual assault, or whatever. The emphasis, you have to coach the client on trying to appear non-aggressive. So if they're accusing, if it's alleged that your client did that, was kind of like maybe sexually aggressive with somebody or whatever, anything that shows a whole lot of aggression, your job as the attorney, I don't know how to put this through to people, is to focus on the client not appearing aggressive. It's that simple, I've worked as a criminal defense attorney. I've worked, I've done all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to the testimony. And sometimes you look at the testimony and you see that maybe the attorney, even in the courtroom, they don't even know what they're doing. That's what I'm trying to talk about. You have to get the client to testify in a way that actually is relevant to the case and helps the case. That's it. If the client can talk about whatever. The client can talk about the fact that maybe he or she likes trees and wants to save the planet, but it doesn't matter. And I'm telling you, a lot of judges will look at the whole thing and be like, okay, this is not relevant to this case. What is he or she talking about? This is total BS. Boom. For the other side. The judge will rule for the other side. Especially when you deal with a judge that wants to handle the docket and just wants to handle everything really tight. And so that's what I'm saying. Do you know who did well in the Fani Willis case? Her father. Her dad has been practicing law for a while. I'm not sure that he's that active right now, but he's an older guy. I think he's probably in the retirement stages, but he testified beautifully. That's the kind of witness that you want. This guy knew how to talk to the judge. He knew how to talk to opposing counsel. He knew how to do the whole thing. He was way better. He was better than the daughter, better than Nathan Wade, better than Nathan Wade's attorney. He was better than all of them as a witness. And they were all of them. They were all attorneys. But he was such a good witness. And that's what I'm saying. So my prediction. Okay. This is Ralph's Law, where justice reigns. One of the things that we do here, it's like an intersection of law and politics. Like, subscribe, leave a comment on the page. One of the things that we want to do is always to bring you the real stuff. Like we want to give you the stuff in a very conversational mode where we don't want to make it complex. We want to make it, like your family, it's Ralph's Law, where justice reigns, so it's family's conversation. It's, it's us talking and just trying to figure these things out together. That's what I do. So yeah, so go to my website. Everything is there. If you need my services, you can always get that. But what I was trying to say was that her father was really good as a witness. As an attorney, that's the kind of person that you need. Fani Willis, the DA, Georgia, Fulton County, but just wasn't a good witness, And that, it happens to everybody, You can be in a situation where you have to testify, and you may not be a good witness. So that's what I'm trying to say. But her dad was great. That's what I'm saying. Like, her dad was the kind of person, like the kind of witness that I would be like, as a criminal defense attorney, if I had him trying to testify, I'll be like, okay, great, we can do something with that, with him. And that's what I want you guys to understand. So you guys, attorneys, young attorneys, attorneys that are just like beginning their career, just understand, this is what I do. I coach on this stuff. You can always call me anytime. Check my website out. He was great. There are some insights, there are some little stuff on how to prep a witness. Remember, you still have to be ethical, because out here in California, we try to be ethical. All right. We are ethical. The ethical obligations are very necessary in California. So that's different. You don't have to put words in the mouth of the witness, the testifying witness, or the person that's potentially going to testify. But you have to work on certain things. For instance, if somebody's just accused of being aggressive, come on. You have to talk to that person like, hey, dude, don't be aggressive while you're testifying. Because if you're aggressive while you're testifying, man, you're looking like an aggressive person. And that actually fits into whatever that you were being accused of. So, yeah. So that's all I'm saying, all right? Ralph's Law, where justice reigns. I do this because I want to make good lawyers better. I want to make better lawyers perfect. And I think that justice is very important. And as much as possible, as long as I work in this field, I want to ensure that justice just gets served in every situation. Justice should reign. I believe in the rule of law, and I believe in the rule of law, and I believe in the founding terms of this constitutional republic. Justice reigns, the rule of law. Ralph's Law, where justice reigns, and I will see you soon. Peace.